Hello and welcome to Cushty TV, always, where my specialist subjects are boxing and golf. I also interview people of all other interests. Today's topic is golf and the US Masters. Yes, it's rolled around and the first major of the year, playing for the coveted green jacket at the prestigious Augusta National Golf Course in Georgia. Over 4 rounds, starts on Thursday. But I've got some breaking news. Is the most famous, arguably the most famous golfer ever, possibly the most famous golfer ever, your opinion? Tiger Woods, is he going to play in it? Well, I've got some breaking news for you. Sit tight and I will reveal. Now, the US Masters, first major of the year, the easiest to win, if there's such a thing, but the most difficult to play in, if that makes sense. If you can imagine a major championship, the other three being the US PGA Championship, our Open Championship and the US Open, consist of 156 players. The US Masters you might find easier to win for the fact there's only 90 players, and it wouldn't enable you to throw up a winner like John Daly, a first-timer, the crooked stick winner at the PGA Championship, or America's Ben Curtis, who won in 2003 our Open at Royal St George's. The reason they wouldn't have been able to pull off that shock surprise is you would need to be into the world's elite top 50, be a past winner of the US Masters or a major amateur champion, of which John Daly and Ben Curtis was neither of these things. So if you can get the picture and where I'm coming from, it's easiest to win potentially, and it's the hardest to play in. So the long awaited question is Tiger Woods playing? For the first time in 28 years, arch rival Phil Mickelson, due to some comments and opinionations off the course, Phil's decided not to play in the first time in 28 years. He'll be sadly missed. We love the way Phil attacks that Augusta golf course, with his style of play. So that leaves us with his heavyweight arch rival, Tiger Woods. Now, Tiger Woods, the most famous golfer in the world. Tiger Woods, the second most achieved major winner ever. Now he's chasing down Jack's record. You remember when Tiger was on 14 majors and Jack Nicklaus was on 18? We thought it wouldn't be possible. When he had his marital problems off the course and severe back injury, it seemed he was pulling out every other time he played and missing cuts. All form was gone for Woods. So to catch Jack's record, he was going to be the second most achieved major accomplisher of all time. That was quite clear. But, he sorted his mental state out a bit, but more importantly, sorted out his physical state. He had some pioneering back surgery. And of course, what happened in 2019? He won his 5th green jacket to pull within 3 of Jack's record. So you still think it's a long way to go, but bear in mind, Phil Mickelson, arguably an enemy of Tiger's, certainly an arch rival, arguably an enemy. Did he actually do Tiger a favour? Well, he said, welcome to the 50 club, and he won the PGA Championship. So this leaves Tiger with some 7 years, to catch Jack's record. But of course, what happens on the 23rd of February, Tiger Woods, we don't quite know what state he was in, under the influence of anything. All this stuff is unknown, but what we do know, he was driving 90 miles an hour, 23rd of February, 2021. He was driving at 90 miles an hour in a 45 miles per hour zone, lost control of his vehicle, and an horrific accident. It was a solo accident, just his car hitting the trees, rocks, etc. And it left him with career-ending injuries. Thankfully, he made it through the life-threatening injuries, but career-ending injuries were there. And it was initially reported that he'd never play again. But we're not talking about any normal golfer here, or any normal athlete. We're talking about Tiger Woods. He has got himself back on his feet. Not only he's got himself back on his feet, he's planned some. So he's done some father-son stuff with his brilliant young son-to-be, Charlie, brilliant golfer to-be. So, yeah, so now there's a 50-50 debate. Is Tiger going to play in the US Masters? Well, I can tell you, wait for it, I can tell you, Tiger has been around Augusta for around 2 weeks. He's played a practice round with Justin Thomas and his son Charlie, and Billy Allshaw reported, the brilliant tour player, Billy Allshaw reported Tiger Woods is hitting the ball 290 yards in the air, bear in mind, with his driver of course, not his 7-iron, but he's hitting it 290 in the air, and he said he's just the Tiger of old, he's hitting the ball absolutely brilliant. Now, there's cast some doubt over, is he going to play? He's only played 9 holes yesterday, so this might cast some doubt, but I'm positively told the 9 holes is for a reason. It's for a reason to reserve energy and to reserve his, the injuries to his legs, is to reserve the energy, because I'm told in confidence that Tiger Woods will play in the US Masters. I'm told by an old friend that I met at the Open Championship, an old friend of Bob Bunker, Head Ballou. He has told me, he's a coloured gentleman, journalist, and he has told me that Tiger Woods will not be holding a 4 o'clock press conference UK time. I think it's 11 US time. He will not be holding the press conference to announce his retirement and to state that he's only there to play in the Par 3 Championship with his son Charlie. So unless anything happens overnight, Tiger Woods will be playing in the US Masters. He's been there for 2 weeks, and that's because he's played neither competitive golf, and further to cement that, he is not notified the #1 reserve respectively, and Tiger Woods will be playing unless something untoward. So, for example, we might get a niggle or something on the practice ground, but as it stands, Tiger Woods will be playing in this year's US Masters. Can we do without Tiger in it? Well, we can, but we don't want it to happen, do we? So let's hope that my reports and Tiger's body aim up true, and this will become cemented tomorrow when he makes his announcement. So let's look forward to the US Masters, and I'm going to do some of my predictions and talk a bit of history through it in the later program. But for now, let's tune in. Remember to click and subscribe, and let's sit back and enjoy the US Masters with Tiger Woods. See you later.